Hey everyone, Criticaster here. Very early morning for me, but Sega put out a whole bunch of different articles for the Kvaris update on their website, and I was just going to go through each and every one because there's a lot to go through with different announcements, campaigns going on, and even some of the update details that we did not see anywhere else. So for the first article, we have temporary suspension of currently available AC scratch tickets. So apparently there's been an issue where the scratch ticket selection screen is incorrect with some of the banners. So until this issue is fixed, only the AC Scratch Galactic Divinity, which is releasing with Kvaris, will be available. So the Rewind Collection, Bridal Memories, and Original Creations A will be temporarily unavailable as of this maintenance. But they will be added again next week, and then they'll also be extended, so don't feel like you missed out on these, because these will have an extension to their time. And then the scratch count bonuses will not reset as well, so if you like scratched a little bit but wanted to scratch some more for the bonuses, you don't have to worry about your count being messed up with that. Next, we have some more like support sets that have been added to the Star Gem shop. They're available for a couple weeks here until the 21st. They're just some Kvaris support sets where they give you 24-hour experience earned, so like very nice for like trying to level up real quick with Kvaris. So the first one is 3 24-hour 50%. The next one is 6 with a bonus and enhancement success rate plus 20%. This one costs 1250 star gems versus 625. And then for the last one for 2500 is 12 of these 24-hour plus 50%, and the same with the success rate here for enhancement, but also gives you augmentation success rate 10%. So then we are also getting an AC purchase campaign, which is in the same duration here, so the 21st. If you purchase 500 AC or more, you get an NEX experience earned plus 25%. This is different from the other experience earned from the SG, because it doesn't have that EX portion. And as I said before, these you can actually stack at the same time. So you can use this and this to get even more experience. So then at 4000 AC or more, you get the Rappy ring accessory, which is shown here. And then at 8000, you get a 50% NEX experience earned, and then a Rappy pendant. And then at 12,000, you get another experience earned plus 50%, and then these two again. So if you wanted to account bound them or sell them in the personal shop. So then for some other campaigns that are going on, there's the Renisa series adventure campaign and the story completion campaign. So the Renisa series is equipment rewards from the main story that are given by Lu Lin. These are 3-star rarity that are supposed to be less costly to enhance than other weapons around that range, and it's probably just a good way to get through Aelio, because as they say here, they recommend you switch the Evil Coat series that they hand out from Gaiden and Retem City in Chapter 2, where they give you a 4-star rarity Evil Coat that is plus 39. They also say to use the arms refiners to limit break it to plus 50 to carry on with your adventures in Retem, but you don't need to do that at all. I would save your arms refiners for 6 stars in Kvaris. And then the story completion campaign that lasts till the 4th of October. You'll want to add these limited time tasks to your to-do list, because completing them will net you a large amount of experience. Buff up your stats to get ready for your Kvaris adventure. So this is basically just going to be a whole bunch of things, you know, where you just probably do the main story and it'll give you some XP. That's probably about it. And then there's some other adjustments. So after you complete Chapter 3 of the story, Gaiden will appear in Central City. You can get large amounts of XP by completing side tasks that Gaiden gives you. You don't have enough battle power to go to the Kvaris region, talk to him. So this last sentence confuses me, because they say after you complete Chapter 3, which Chapter 3 is Kvaris. So, but then they say this, or if you don't have enough battle power, go talk to him. So I'm guessing they mean Chapter 2, so after you finish the Retem story, go talk to him to get a little boost to get you into that. And once again, we are getting DLC packs or premium packs with Kvaris, like we did with Retem and Aelio. So these will each be $20, one for type 1, which is the male characters, and the other for type 2, or the female characters. You can just purchase this in the AC shop, and then redeem it at one of the Visiphones or the Receive Campaigns option in the system menu when you're in NGS. So the first pack has the outfit as shown here, and there's a skis for the dash and the glide. There's a stamp where it's Mary saying thank you. You get 2 premium set 15 days, 1 material storage uses for 15 days, and then 50% any XP earned boosters. And then there's a whole bunch of bonus gifts as well, like a salon free pass, color change pass, augmentation success rate, more experience. But this is the EX version, so this stacks with this one. And then Blizzardium, which is a new material with Kvaris. I believe it's kind of similar to what Photon Quartz is, or maybe even Photon Scales. But then moving on, there is the yellow triggers and also the purple triggers given. The other set is very similar. It gives the skis, the stamp, everything else the same, only difference being the outfit itself. And then for other DLC packs, they renewed the Aelio Town swimsuit packs, each with the type 1 and type 2. So this all has like the same cosmetics as they did before. The only difference that I think I see is that these include Kvaris purples or purple triggers, and then they also include an end limit break substitute limit 50. So it goes around using arms refiners. And then they're actually announcing the winner for the Rappy design contest. There's kind of like 2 winners. The grand reward, which is going to be the Rappy that is showing up in game, is like the Meteorn Rappy, or the Japanese translation of this is Speku Rappy or Spec Rappy. This is by Tai Tai. Got a little cutesy outfit or look. I guess it's kind of based off the Meteorn or the Arcs, kind of like a little space little outfit. Pretty nice. But then the excellence reward, or kind of like the runner-up here, is the Dolls Rappy by Vika of Star Fox. Last but not least, though, we have the final article here, the update details. So with the main updates, the Kvaris region is here, kind of, obvious, but there's that. With the other updates for classes first, the forward deployment effects of the Talos Photon Art spread shot have been adjusted. Not exactly sure what they are adjusting with that, but it is something's happened to it. The following class skills and weapon actions will display a cooldown indicator icon above the subpalette. So this is just like a little small box, basically above your subpalette, kind of like in the center. It was shown in the JP version of the headline. Basically, it affects with Bulk Raptor, Rifle Grenader, the Elemental Bullet Extended, and the Launcher weapon action. So you don't have to like actually use the weapon action to see how much cooldown you have left. It'll just be displayed right above the subpalette. So then with quests and fields, the graphic display of some actions of the Dark Falls boss enemy have been adjusted for certain graphic settings. So this is probably just to help out with people not lagging as much, or there's like something happening where the graphics weren't changing properly, but that is good for that fight. Players will be able to move sooner than before when inserting items into region mags. So this is basically just being able to leave region mags instead of watching the full animation. The effect duration will reset when the RMAG boost personal level increases. So basically, if you put more into the mag to increase the level, it won't just still be the same time, it'll actually refresh it. And then players will be able to insert items into region mags even when RMAG boost all and the max level of RMAG boost personal are both active. So you'll be able to feed the mag even if it's completely full to refresh the duration of your boosts. And then NPC characters have been added to trials in the Retem region. That's nice, I guess. Just more NPCs kind of out and about. And then rank 2 quests have been added to the yellows for Aelio and Retem. Players will earn a guaranteed amount of XP in Battle Dia Yellow, even when there is a level difference between the player and enemies. So that is like the descaling thing, where basically you can go into there any level and you'll get 100% of the XP. And then in Trinitas Geometric Labyrinth, specifications have been changed, such as that the entire party retires if the party leader selects retire from quest. And when one party member selects it, only that member retires. And then the level of Gigantics across all regions have been increased to just 64. So the Aelio ones, the Artem ones, and the Kvaris ones are all 64. I don't understand why they keep doing this for the lower level regions, but it is just something that they do. And then the volume of the player's sonar for the mag have been reduced, and the sound effects that play when attacks bounce off certain objects have been reduced, and the sound for the storm zone suppression have also been reduced. And then moving on to items, we have color variant weapons will display their color effects even when a weapon camo is set. So basically what that means, if you have a weapon camo on, and then the weapon underneath is a color variant, it will still change the color of the particles or different effects when you're doing your PAs and other attacks. And then added tetrasite to item recycle at the item trader in the shop menu, just a nice little way for more tetrasite. And then added a portion of the Spring 22 Special Scratch lineup to the Special Scratch ticket. That's basically like all the items that we got in the one event in the spring. It's nice that they're thinking about it again, but I would like to see new items in there for those of us who have been playing this entire time. But then there's all NGS item details will display not tradable in personal shop, but they cannot be put up for sale in the personal shop. So this is just a really nice feature, just telling all the players, like, pretty simply, you just can't put this in the personal shop. Easy as that. And then change rarity of the following items to 4-star, basically both of the scratch tickets. And then players can now get star gems directly from title rewards. So instead of getting the star gem tickets, put it into your inventory, it is like basically as if you already used it, or just like auto puts it into the number beneath your meseta. And then added the following items to the AC shop product list: drop rate 100% times 3, and then the drop rate for 15 minutes 100% times 4. This is a very niche use of drop rate, but I guess for those that want the option, it is there. And then there's more items in the SG shop product list, which is 24-hour rare drop rate 100%, and then the auto sell items 30 days S, or for the new feature with auto selling. So then we have the user interface. They added the quest counter function to each of the regions. This is where you're able to accept exclusive quests released in the future, and then the Arcs Chronicles from the quest counter. The Arcs Chronicles are the way to replay cutscenes and story quests from the main story. And then players can now collect all mission pass rewards in bulk for ones that don't require them to choose from a selection. And then players are able to toggle the ornament display in previews, and also preview emotes with the different motion base types, so like type 1, type 2. And then adjusted the maximum value of each stat and the gauges displayed in the stat information. Added a function to automatically sell enemy drops, the auto sell feature we just talked about not too long ago. Added NGS model avatar item to the sort option in product search results and product list in the personal shop. I'm not exactly sure what this means, but I guess there'll be something else to sort with. And then class counters now display an exclamation mark when new skills are added. So you can go to the class counter and then like, hey, here's all the class skills. Exclamation mark. There you go. And then players can now preview voices as well from voice tickets. Amazing change, because a lot of people just had to look that up online or just kind of guess. Task details will now display a special icon with the amount of experience earned when the task increases due to the player's class level. So basically what that means is if the quest itself adjusts to what your level is. So an example is Leah May's weekly quests or side quests. since those kind of change as you get higher and higher. And then added the following customization options for the quick menu. You can do it streamer mode there now, look at the lookbook, look at the ACSG shop, and play the scratch tickets from the quick menu if you so choose. Added 6 or above to the rarity settings for item animation drops, weapon armor, specifications for the item lab so that material items cannot be selected from multiple extended storages during material item selection under add augments. Add a disclaimer window for win rates, a description on character limits for player ID names and character names that display when players purchase tickets to change these names. So it kind of just like tells you the character limits now. And then we move on to character creation. You can change certain options when selecting head parts in the salon, eyebrow color, sync settings, eyelash color, sync settings, more colors, so on and so forth. More editing poses for the motions, and then more face options, which is the imposing face or the mature old man looking kind of face. Added the color sync settings for cast parts, and the selected item will be shown in the preview under customize looks. And then we have communication. Added a transfer to this location function in the friends list and alliance member list so that players can meet up with other online players more easily. Basically what that means is you can kind of like select from those lists and just go directly to where these players are instead of having to, go into a block, trying to find their room. You can just go directly to where they are. And then added a function to search for currently recruiting parties. Under communication in the main menu, add a button to recruit party members and start for Trainia at the quest counter. Added a function to show character previews and ARCS IDs, and increase the character limit of the comment section for ARCS IDs. And then for other changes, there's just a cursor speed change for the world map. Players will now be leveled up after skipping a main story task. So players will be able to skip up to the story progress of the most advanced character on their account. So instead of like skipping just chapter by chapter, you can go all the way to where your most, like, your farthest character is. And then the PC version will now support high DPI. And then finally, we have some balance adjustments for the classes or the class skills. The following adjustments for the Hunter, the Sword Guard counter plus increase motion speed, increase movement distance, and allow left and right movement, and increase PP recovery amount. So pretty good buff for that class skill. And then some adjustments to Sword itself, increase potency on the 4th step of the normal attacks, added guard points in all directions upon activating the 5th step of Sword's normal attacks, increase motion speed for the 5th step, and distance, and allows for left and right movement for the 5th step as well. And then some adjustments to the photon arts, extended the range for spiral edge, and added an effect to prevent launches and knockbacks during the activation motion. They do that as well for twisting zapper and relentless cleave. And then with caliber streak, change specifications so that the player does not move forward when an enemy is close by when attacking on the ground. So just like a nice little quality of life thing there. But yeah, overall buff for Hunter. And then we have Partisan. Adjusted the cancellation timing of attacks after thrusts, after side steps after thrusts, jumps after thrusts, and weapon actions after thrusts. So basically, it would be no longer possible to cancel this with other actions immediately after cleaving. So I think this is a nerf. There's like some sort of like weird little glitch you could do to get like a ton of DPS in a short window with triumphant shift. Kind of a little sad for partisans, but it wasn't intended. And we have ranger adjustments with assault rifle, revolt aim, decreased PP consumption, extended attack range, and relaxed the sidestep cancellation timing. So just like a nice little buff for that to make it a little bit easier to use. And then launcher adjustments with divine impact, change the specifications so that the potency of uncharged attacks is not attenuated by distance. So basically, distance will not matter with the uncharged attack. And then changed it so you can use forward and backward input to adjust the forward and backward distance during activation. So just like a little tweak for Divine Impact. And then we have Gunner for the last one here, with their class skill Strike Back Advanced, where they change the specifications so that an invulnerability duration occurs when the player starts to charge a photon art with the effects applied. So I'm guessing they just get a little bit more iframes when they're charging a photon art with Strike Back Advanced. And then the last thing here with this update is the others section ease the earned experience reduction when players are 5 or more levels higher than the enemy. So we're probably going to get more XP from lower level enemies beyond 5. And then adjusted the HP of enemies that appear in the Halfia Lake exploration sector. So adjusting, so that could either mean more or give them less. We will see. And then adjusted the range of certain attacks for the following enemies. Gorons and Goroxes. Doesn't say if it makes it longer or shorter. Adjusted the HP of backhacks objects in Mining Rig Defense, Aelio, and Rutem. Increases the experience earned and rare drop rate of the gold and silver enemies, which they said that is 200% for golden and 100% for silver. And then it looks like they also added the armor to the drops when the golden silver enemies are bosses. And then the last thing here is improve the item players receive upon accepting the How to Limit Break side task from Artevi, which is like one of the side tasks in like the very beginning of the game in Aelio. That was a lot of information to take in with all those articles and changes that we were just shown. But I'm just glad to see all of this as we move further and further into NGS's life, because it seems like it's almost like a full game now in comparison to before when we just had Aelio and just had like Aelio and Rutem. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I will see you in Kvaris. Peace.